Elon Musk recently tweeted that we would see the full self-driving subscription launch in early 2021. I think there's a lot of people very curious about this now, particularly how much it's going to cost and if it locks you into some type of year-long contract. Now that full self-driving is priced at an all-time high of $10,000, there's probably going to be a growing number of people that just say, yeah, navigate on autopilot, smart summon, they're cool party tricks, but I ain't willing to front 5 figures to access those party tricks. And while I see them as much more than that, and I understand it grants you access to the level 5 autonomous driving future, and if you want to see the cutting edge capabilities of full self-driving, I highly encourage you guys to check out Dirty Tesla, who's been uploading very informative and in-depth reviews and is doing a great job documenting the full self-driving beta experience now that he is part of the beta program. I think the price is somewhat justified for what you're getting, knowing that no one else in the market is going to be able to do the things that Teslas are capable of doing. However, I'm very curious how Tesla's going to handle the subscription, especially when, just right now they launched a last-minute incentive program to get people to take delivery of their cars by the end of 2020, because Elon is now giving away full self-driving free for 3 months to anyone who takes delivery of their vehicle before 2021. And given the subscription hasn't launched yet, we don't really know exactly what the value of 3 months of FSD is. But if you're in the market for a Tesla next year and you're thinking about buying one, I might highly encourage you to wait till the end of a specific quarter to see if Elon does more last-minute sales and that kind of thing. I doubt they would ever start selling full self-driving completely for a discounted price, because then all the people who paid $10K are going to be very, very annoyed. But I'm just going to go out there and say my prediction. Could be totally wrong on this one, and it's always fun to read your guys' comments and reaction to them, but I'm expecting the service to cost $199 a month. And the game you have to play when talking about what will Tesla charge for FSD is how long do you have to be subscribed to full self-driving for it to start to make more sense for you to just buy it outright. Because Elon has said on multiple occasions that they still expect buying the full self-driving software package to be a better financial decision than subscribing to it, which in my mind means that, it'll in the long run save you money to pay for it up front than it would be to rent the software month to month. And that could partially have to do with the fact that the service is likely not going to grant you any type of eventual ownership, okay? So the full self-driving subscription is not going to be a loan. It's not so that you can, 4 to 5 years from now eventually own full self-driving and you don't have to pay for it anymore. It's just going to be, this grants you access to it for the next 30 days, or if Tesla wants to get real picky about it, they'll require you to lock into a monthly membership for like years at a time, and you won't be able to break that contract. So if we do the math with $199 a month, that would result in around $2,400 a year, which means that around the 4-year mark, you're coming up to how much it would have costed you had you have bought the software package outright, and of course that gets to stay with the car for however long you drive it, whereas if you were subscribing to full self-driving for $200 a month for 4 years, you will have spent nearly $10,000 on that software, but as soon as you stop paying for it, you don't get to keep it with you anymore. And it's interesting because I've seen a lot of you guys on Twitter or people in comment sections saying, no way, $200 for a monthly service is way too expensive. No one's going to do that. Tesla has to price it under $100 a month or around $50 to $30 a month. And at the same time, I also see lots of you saying, no way they'll do $200. It has to be between $250 or $300 a month in order for the $10,000 full self-driving package to be somewhat compelling to people. Because if you make the service monthly price too cheap, then no one's going to buy it outright anymore, which as a whole I think would be bad for Tesla, because they would rather have that upfront cash now, even if they don't recognize all of that revenue right away. But if you make the full self-driving subscription too expensive, then it just becomes kind of pointless and no one wants to do it. I personally think that $200 a month is kind of the sweet middle ground that, yeah, maybe some people who are leasing Teslas and hold on to them for around 3 years, they currently don't want to buy full self-driving because they're going to spend all this money and then turn the car in 3 years and they don't get to keep FSD. So they'll subscribe to it and Tesla gets to reap the revenue from those consumers, an extra $200 a month. And of course, the benefit of having a full self-driving subscription is that it becomes more accessible to more people. I'm personally hoping there isn't any type of year-long contracts. I'm hoping that it's month to month, because personally how I would use it, if I was a Tesla owner, I would basically just subscribe to it once or twice a year when there's a big road trip, just driving myself to the grocery store and back. I don't need the car to do that for me, but if I'm going to be driving, hours and hours on the road for a specific vacation or for a specific road trip, sure, I'll put down around $200 just for that month, and then it can go away the next month. And there could be more use cases like that where there's a lot of people people with Teslas that will they be able to front $10,000 to access those features? No, that's probably unrealistic. No matter how well they're doing financially, they just don't see the value in the package, especially in its current state. I know it's going to get better in time, but especially right now, it's still very much in beta and they're still prototyping a lot of things. But would I like to utilize it for a couple of weeks if I'm going on a long distance trip or something like that? Yeah, so Tesla would be able to benefit from some of those people who wouldn't pay for full self-driving anyway, but they would pay an extra couple $100 every so often, and then overall revenue for full self-driving can technically go up. You just hope that it's not priced so competitively that no one feels the need to buy the package anymore anyway. So that would mean, if my prediction does end up being correct, that Tesla is basically giving away around $600 worth of full self-driving for people taking delivery of Teslas in the last few days of the year, which I would say pretty nice incentive package, especially if you're using referral codes. You can get that 1,000 miles of free supercharging, or in fact, I think right now they're doing 1 free year of supercharging with the car just to incentivize people to take delivery. Hopefully, Tesla is going to achieve their guidance of reaching 500,000 vehicles delivered this year. We will probably find out in the next couple days. I'll definitely make a video about it once we know for sure. And while I'm throwing out predictions that are most likely going to end up being wrong, I'll also say my guess is Tesla is going to deliver 510,000 vehicles this year, just slightly exceeding guidance a little bit because of how great Giga Shanghai is doing, and I also expect Fremont to surpass expectations. So what do you guys think? How many vehicles are they delivering this year? And also, how much do you think the full self-driving subscription service is going to cost per month? And is there going to be an annual option, or is it going to be locked into a contract? Feel free to let me know, and thank you guys for watching throughout 2020. This is the first full year I've been doing Tailosive EV, and it's been a great one. Lots of new products and electric vehicles we got to experiment with and cover the launches of and read more about, and of course Battery Day was amazing. So it's been an awesome year, and I look forward to making more EV content for you guys in 2021. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your year. Take care.